After the large gap between Super Princess Peach, a game I sold for dentist money because I was too stupid to get through it, Princess Toadstool is finally getting another chance to shine in the spotlight. Ha, gotcha. Hopefully this entry won't be decried for sexism, but apparently, having dressed up in a game with a female protagonist is already enough to raise suspicion. Princess Peach is invited to see a show at the Sparkle Theatre, but Grape and her sour bunch quickly blockade off the levels of the theatre, displace some toads and Peach's crown, and disrupt shows after kidnapping the premiere stars. As Peach enters the different levels, she will eventually transform into the protagonist of each play and take on some of the characters' abilities, making for a unique and interesting adventure game. When it comes to the different characters Peach plays, all the action ones are super fun with some dynamic and flashy moments and involve taking out enemies easily, but Ninja Peach has some light stealth sections which might be the only time I wasn't annoyed at stealth in a game, whereas the superhero Mighty Peach has to save citizens. I initially didn't get the dashing thief levels until I realized the color coding for the hooks. Despite being somewhat easy, the game doesn't tutorialize everything. Kung Fu is also good but arrives quite late, I guess in an effort to space out the more combat-focused levels. And Mermaid Peach feels the most like what I'd expect from a Peach game. Patisserie Peach was okay, but not the easiest. And Detective might be on par with Detective Pikachu Returns. Figure Skater Peach was quite fun, but like some others, repeated the same boss. Different plays do have a few things in common though, with the collectibles somewhat hidden throughout, and a few secret spotlights that if you pose on might reveal a bonus area. The sections where you play as normal Peach are the main story bosses, a couple of which took me a bit to figure out what I was meant to be doing. It really showcases what a regular Peach adventure could look like, even though I loved all the other concepts. The game definitely feels a little bit too short, not by a lot, though I was especially upset by only getting to experience the different modes 3 times, especially since some of the levels go by extremely quickly. I don't think it's quite as piss easy as most people are claiming, but it's definitely not hard. However, the younger players this game seems to be aimed at will definitely want to pass the controller to someone else from time to time. Showtime surely would have benefited just from an additional difficulty mode like what was added to Kirby for the first time in the Forgotten Land. Only having a couple of buttons that do anything was somewhat of an odd choice, as there are a lot of times when actions are contextual, but I eventually got used to it. I do think I might not go for 100%, as there are optional challenges that do seem pretty hard to get the gold trophy for, and the post-game adds hidden ninjas to all the levels and challenges for the main story bosses. Some other complaints could be fixed, like not being able to skip dialogue and cutscenes in the levels, even on an additional playthrough, which can make going back for the sole collectible you missed pretty bothersome. Performance-wise, I mostly played docked and it was pretty okay, but some sections felt a bit choppy and did impact gameplay just a bit, especially when I was doing the final boss in handheld mode. For some reason the frames were particularly bad on the loading screens, which is just odd. Everything being a play was also a bit strange, as when in a level everyone there acts like it's real life, so they must be really good improv actors when the script is being totally thrown off. And spoilers for 1 second. It's why I kind of thought the bad guys would be redeemed, because they're the ones actually giving the players a plot. And spoilers. You only get 3 levels for each transformation type, which does make it like a 3-act thing, but these final levels are saving the actual actors for those plays, and sometimes it seems connected to the stories within, and others not really. The dialogue itself is pretty bland, and aside from some catchphrases, Peach doesn't actually really say anything. Princess Peach Showtime is a beautiful game, although the princess herself looks a bit fuzzy from time to time. One thing you might not notice, and I didn't know until it was pointed out, is how good the lighting and other visual effects are, from the spotlight shadows being crisp, fog moving out of step, and projected visuals looking like they are literally being projected on a set. It's very stunning. The stagecraft also helps add to the stylistic looks Good Feel has become known for, although they didn't always go all the way. For example, Peach isn't being held up by wires at any point. The attention to detail is breathtaking in the design, particularly in the ninja level where revolving doors rotate the whole stage, you run past kabuki curtains, and use a camouflage curtain to disguise yourself or bamboo to snorkel safely underwater. The dress customization aspect is okay. I would have really liked to change the colours, and I didn't care about Stella's ribbon. A big mistake they made with this is giving you the best dressed, the gradient one, from the get-go. When it comes to the new race, the Theets, they are cute enough, but I still think they look a bit too related to the Wigglers. The music is suitable and might go into a relaxing Nintendo music playlist, but there are very few bangers, the ninja theme being one of them. Mermaid Peach just sings in an operatic manner to the background music, which is initially nice but gets tiring quickly. The original voice actor is still playing Peach, but a lot of the time she sounds radically different from her frilly usual voice, since Peach is putting on an act and sounds a bit more like a regular person sometimes.
Case closed.
These little shoutouts and some grunts and that are really the only voice dialogue for some reason. I loved Princess Peach Showtime and had a hard time putting it down, and was quite disappointed that the show was over so soon. I only have a few issues with it, such as the bland story and feeling like they could have added some more levels or lengthened them a bit, but wanting more of a game and not less is usually a good thing, right? I truly hope this does quite well, as I would absolutely love either a continuation of this or a more regular Peach adventure. I mean, they do have enough confidence, or lack of other games, that until more things are announced this year, this is the only non-remake game Nintendo is publishing so far for 2024. I give Princess Peach Showtime an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I should see you soon because I was supposed to do a Balatro video, but I talked too loud, so I'm gonna have to redub my own voice. Bye!